got the visuals now. We're here. I got Coach with me. What you saying, bro?
What are you saying?
This guy didn't want to be on camera. He didn't want to be on camera.
I'm not on the camera.
We're here.
Yeah, cool.
I got Ibs. What you saying, Ibs?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Can't be any happier.
So like I said, we're back. Thankfully, Spotify, YouTube, subscribe to the thing. So yeah, where we're gonna start? We'll start off straight at Spurs losing 1-0 to Everton. Now, I don't know. First of all, let's talk about Everton actually. Coach, did you watch the game?
Yeah.
What do you think about Everton's midfield, the way they control the game? You know,
I was very skeptical about Everton's spending. Like I don't know if they seem like a club that was just we're trying to get the biggest names quickly.
Always, yeah.
Just try to do the whole just write the check for any of these big names. Do they actually fit? That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I was looking at when they signed these players, do they actually fit? Now, when they ended up trying to sign Allen, that's when I said, okay, so Ancelotti's got a plan. Because Ancelotti used to train Allen, correct?
Okay,
Napoli boss, yeah.
Yes. So he knows Allen well. And he's probably looked at his midfield and said, you know what? Because Gay went before he came, didn't he?
Yeah.
Gay went. So that's been a hole that's been missing, basically. So I think Allen coming in today, with Rodriguez playing where he played, and then Doucouré, I've rated Doucouré.
Doucouré is the one. When I saw that one, I felt.
He's the unselfish midfielder in there. Just does the hard graft. Yeah, he does the hard graft. But it meshed well today.
Yeah.
From what I saw, it meshed well today because he played the 4-3-3. It was very simple. Sigurdsson, Doucouré. You got one doing the running, and you got one trying to set up, make things happen and stuff like that. Richarlison was very disciplined on his side as well. Calvert-Lewin, obviously number 9, just working hard, and then you got the quality in James on the left.
Yeah.
So the balance was.
There was even a part where Doucouré, I think it was who was through on goal? Was it Moura? And Doucouré sprinted back last ditch challenge.
Yeah, with Moura, yeah.
That's what Doucouré is going to give you as well.
He's going to give you legs.
Yeah, he's going to give. So for me, at first, I was very skeptical about the signings, but the Allen one made me see that Ancelotti has got a vision. And I think this is why he came to Everton, because everyone was quite surprised. Everton, obviously, they gave him the bigger check to come in.
Yeah.
That's number 1. The chairman's got money. That's number 2.
Yeah.
And he's probably just said, listen, am I going to get the players that I want? And these caliber of players to make... Because they want to go top 4. The chairman is not making no bones about it. They want to get top 4. They're not buying them players to just get into Europe, I feel. I think they're buying them players to get into top 4 eventually. Maybe not this season, but next season they're looking for top 4 when you buy those.
Do you think it's possible though? But with Ancelotti, this is what I said to you. Obviously, we've seen managers come in and we say, oh, this is the same old Everton. They're just going to buy players that we think this should be a good team. Then they underachieve. Ancelotti's different from me. I don't know. People say he's outdated and stuff, but
he's different. He's different, but I would say the reason why I'd also be skeptical about the signings, if it doesn't work for Ancelotti, this is what I asked you before. What managers coming in and taking over them players? Because them players that they've signed, it looks clear to me that Ancelotti has put his finger on that signing. It's not been a round table discussion on plan A, plan B, let's go for plan C. It looks like I want Allen because I used to work with Allen. I know what he can bring to a team. Bring Allen. I used to work with James Rodriguez at Real Madrid. Bring James Rodriguez.
But what, you don't think a manager can come in, let's just say it doesn't work, to come in and take that... On paper, that team looks good though.
No, on paper it looks good, but what I'm saying is that right now I don't think... if Ancelotti doesn't work out, I don't think a young manager can come and manage them players. That's what I feel. Them experienced players...
Yeah, you know what? This team actually... Ibs, don't you think this team, it looks like a lot of high-profile misfits. Not misfits in terms of they're not good enough, but yeah, they weren't good enough.
They got something to prove.
They got something to prove.
They've got something to prove.
Not Doucouré, but players like James Rodriguez.
Well, James has been around, as you know, after 2010 he went Madrid, then he went Bayern, then he's been back in Madrid, and he's just been in and out. Zidane's not played him. But then now he's been given like a new lease of life at Everton. And the club's not big, so the ambition isn't like he's at United and Chelsea and all that stuff. So the expectation isn't as high. But him going in there, he's their marquee signing. So either it can go 2 ways. He can go in there and he can absolutely boss it, or it could be like a kind of not like a retirement home, but he just sort of fizzles out.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It's got
but watching them today, I was genuinely surprised how good they were as a team. They kept the ball well, and to go to Spurs and do that, it's not easy. And to be honest, I feel like they could push for like top 7. I'm not going to say
but top 7 is what we thought they were going to get anyway.
Yeah,
but I think if they were to get Europa League at the end of the season and maybe a cup run, just a run, then it'll be a good season for them. I don't know where they finished last year, but
I think Europa's minimum.
yeah,
Europa's
They haven't got Europa this season,
which
is
can help
good.
them. And you see how
One
it helped,
game a week.
it helped Leicester last season. You know, Leicester really pushed on, and then obviously after COVID, Leicester fell off. But if you had not had that, Leicester could have easily cemented top 4
League, yeah.
because one a week, no Europe, your players are so fresh. So Everton could probably benefit from that. I don't think they've got a big squad, but they've got some good players. So that midfield, you know, Decore, he's going to give you legs. You got Alan there who keeps it so simple,
Yep.
and then you got James Rodriguez. You still got Richarlison. You still got Sigurdsson. You still got, you know, even squad players like Walcott and that Davis who came on. Iwobi.
Oh, jeez, I forgot
Exactly.
about Iwobi.
Exactly.
Balassi.
Yeah,
That's
he's
still there.
Well, that's still there.
Did he come back?
He's coming back from. He's back from injury.
But that's what I mean.
He didn't make the squad, but
so
he's,
you've got
Yeah.
you've got fringe players, you've got squad players. They could easily go for like what Wolves did, get 7th, and have like a season where they feel like we've achieved something. Yeah.
Coach. Spurs. I don't know. To me, they look toothless. Look like more of the same from like last season. You know, usually you have that new season bounce. We have. It's an exception because of the whole COVID situation where teams haven't had a proper full pre-season. But Spurs, this is not a good start.
I just think we see with Spurs, yeah. I just feel there's a stale atmosphere there, and it's been there for a while. And it's
Before Mourinho, right?
Before Mourinho, there's been as in like I always say it, when you're being successful, the killer is complacency. Like you're going with the same players. It's time to put pressure on those players. Time to put pressure on Dele Alli. Who's putting pressure on Dele Alli?
Can I ask you a question there? You said successful.
Yeah.
Are they living off finishing second behind Leicester, going to the Champions League final?
That's their success. As from where they came from to what Pochettino done for them in them 5 years, that's success.
But then how can they? So you said they've gone stale because I actually agree. I don't like they bought Højbjerg in.
That was a good. No,
But I feel like
I think Højbjerg is a Mourinho player.
I feel like he's a Mourinho mercenary.
Yeah, he's
He goes in there and just does the job. But they haven't
dirty.
bought anyone creative wise.
Yeah.
So as coach said, who's pushing Dele Alli? Bring someone in that makes you
Who's
think,
pushing
"Ah,
Kane?
Exactly, Kane as well.
Parrott.
How long can Kane stay at that club? Ambition-wise, this is what I mean. So if he's not being challenged, he's the club captain or second club captain, whatever. Highest earner, England number 1, Tottenham number 1. He's got it quite cushy.
No, but he's got cushy, but he's ambitious.
Yeah, but is he ambitious enough to leave? Because if no one comes in, he's always going to start. Dele Alli, no one comes in, he's always going to start. Son, Mora. So no one's coming in to say, I'm taking your place.
And that's the thing when I said to you before when you were talking about, obviously we're going to talk about it, like Levy loves the club and no, Levy's a businessman.
100%.
That's just what he is. All this love the club stuff, that's all hearsay. He's a businessman because I can tell by the action you've put in the stadium instead of the team. All that money you had to, we're going to build a whole stadium, but that needed to go in the team. 100 million, 150 million. That's what Pochettino was asking for, to freshen up the team, and you didn't want to do it.
Nah, but bro, I did call this last season. Is for the viewers to see. I did say that when Spurs got that stadium, you're gonna see Emirates 2.0. So you know when they first moved into Emirates from Highbury, you started seeing players like Clichy, Nasri leaving. Yeah, you haven't started seeing the exodus of players at Tottenham, but you're not seeing the arrivals. Remember at Arsenal, they were bringing decent players like Haleb, and they were bringing certain players.
They weren't the quality
it wasn't the quality that they were used to.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what we're seeing now, and that's why I was surprised that Mourinho was going there anyway.
But what I'm saying is that this is why I told you before when Pochettino was there, why he was celebrating that Ajax victory so much. I told you, no manager that I know celebrates a semi-final like he just won the cup. The way he was celebrating it, just to go and get in the final, not even win it. But for me, that's what lets me know that there was a breakdown in communication with him and Levy. He probably had some wild, probably something in his contract or whatever, say, if you don't get to the Champions League final, I'll give you money to spend or whatever. The way he was celebrating was like, I've won the jackpot. But Levy's probably gone back on that, which is why the breakup of communication happened at Spurs. Because he knows it got to the point where the Dele Allis, the Kanes, I need players to come and put pressure on these guys.
It was that summer that
they were getting
in
too
the pre-season.
comfortable.
It was in that pre-season, then after, and he was like, don't call me the man.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with
I'm the head
transfers.
coach.
How can you not know what's going on with transfers?
Yeah.
So that's letting you know the breakdown of communication that was happening for a while. That's what I feel. Now, obviously, Pochettino going and Jose coming in, everyone's going straight off Jose's. He's got a winning mentality and stuff like that. The signings he's done this season, what's he done? Doherty and
Højbjerg.
Højbjerg for me is a mentality signing. It's not a football signing. It's a man that will get in the midfield and get dirty. He's not a nice boy.
Yeah.
He will put.
And we have seen on a documentary when Jose was saying, be a bad guy.
Yeah, he will put a foot
He
in.
doesn't like good
Doherty,
guys. Yeah.
Doherty has also got a strong mentality as well. I think he's a decent signing as a wing, but I think he's a decent sign. But it's not enough.
And you made
It's
a
just
point
not
about
enough.
it being Emirates 2.0. The only thing there is Arsenal still had a structure of, okay, we're going to buy young and do what we do. And they still was getting top 4 and stuff. I just don't see Spurs challenging.
That's what I was going to ask you, Ibs. So what, obviously, I know let's not overreact here. It's the first day of the season, but like I said, it didn't look good. Something doesn't look right at Spurs. So what do you think going forward this season?
They
Spurs
need
can do?
signings. But they need signings who are going to go, okay, so if Kane sees a striker, he's like, all right, I've got to pick up. Not that Kane would be displaced, we know that. But if you give a player who's so
But why
comfortable...
not? So that's the
No,
problem.
no, of course. But because he's so good, he won't be displaced. But we need to... I don't know what's that we. I'm an Arsenal fan. but Tottenham need to say, all right, I want to bring in a number 10. Or they need to bring in a James Rodriguez. So Dele Alli goes, yo, if I don't fix up
True.
at the team...
I would have figured that, especially when I watched the doc and the way Jose had injury after injury after injury, I would have thought...
But them injuries after injury happen outside.
No, but I would have thought he was
going
going to say, I need a number 9. Like,
but-
if Kane's out, I need someone else to come in.
But bruv, we already knew from before, even when we were always talking about it in the group. When Jose came, everyone was like, huh? That's a man that needs to blast money. That's a man that likes experienced players. But
Also, with that Kane situation, who as a striker want to go to Spurs being Kane's backup? No one wants to go there and say,
there's a lot of players that can do that.
But Kane's always going to play.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they were linked with Troy Deeney. Deeney will take that call, but
No,
then
not
they were
Deeney.
linked with like Milik from Napoli. If Milik goes, they're going to wait. I'm not really going to play that much. So have I got the ambition to sit on the bench? No. Whereas someone who might be in positions of Moras or the Dele Allis or centre mids could
That's
go there.
makeshift.
But I
striker.
think-
Change,
but
and they
also-
can change the team. Get in there.
Players went down. Callum Wilson, you don't think Callum Wilson from Bournemouth would have been a good backup striker?
Yeah, but he doesn't want to be back up.
yeah, he wants to play first team.
Yeah.
But even going back a little bit in terms of Jose, I don't think what Jose would like to do, which he always likes to do, he likes to have control. So therefore, if I bring players in to put pressure on Kane and stuff, if Kane's not performing, I just need to know from up top, when Kane's out of the team, I'm not getting a phone call. That's why you heard Arteta come out and say, yo, Aubameyang's doing it. Yeah, Aubameyang and Lacazette, they're playing well and stuff, but they know Nketiah's behind them. So whoever plays best is going to play.
That's what you
because he
need.
knows up top, he ain't going to get no phone call from anyone saying,
Why is
why is
player
Lacazette
playing?
not
Yeah,
playing?
yeah.
You're in control. You are now the manager. You're in control. Right now, Jose's not at that stage in Spurs. And I don't think any manager under Levy has ever had that sort of control. The only man that came close to it was who? Pochettino, and he had to go.
Quickly, did you guys watch the Amazon doc here?
I've been watching it. Yeah,
Fascinating stuff, like always. I mean, last year I was hooked on the Man City doc. All the same people, right? All or nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about Jose though, yeah. Because obviously, when I'm watching it, there's times I catch myself smiling like, I like Jose. Yeah, I'm a United fan. It didn't really end on good terms, but is this a new Jose we're seeing in the doc, or is this how Jose's always been? Jose did say when he first started the Tottenham gig, he said, I've learned a lot of things and I've just changed my ways. And I was like, oh, that's nonsense.
You're seeing the same guy.
You're seeing the same guy.
All we're seeing is more of him because we get to see how players and managers are on a daily basis. He has not changed in 20 years. He's the exact same guy. He wants mercenaries. He wants people who are ready. He doesn't want to work with youth. He doesn't want to bring up the Tangangas and that. Unless they're a gem, he doesn't want it. He wants ready-made players to come in, do a job, get the result, and go home. And you can see it in the doc. He was so surprised that Sissoko was a leader. He was like,
Yeah, he couldn't believe
he's like,
it.
oh man, he's a leader. But then with Danny Rose, I feel like he set Danny Rose up. Reason I say that is because you can't chuck Danny Rose in after 4 weeks against the champions or the potential champions, let him not have a good game, put him out for 3 weeks and not expect him to think, hold on, you've kind of threw me under the bus, because a lot of players were playing bad. And that's why Danny Rose went there and said, you know,
credit to him as well. I like that scene when he told him.
And I think it was good. But the way Mourinho was like, yeah, you know.
But Jose liked that though. He said he liked the fact that
What Danny Rose didn't understand is that that's exactly what Jose wants.
Exactly.
That's what Danny Rose is an outspoken person. He'd rather have a guy, that will come back and say, Coach, this is why I feel that I'm getting dropped and that feels unfair. Okay, cool, let me listen. You see how Jose calmed himself down? Okay, let me listen to what he's saying. You see, I like that fire in your belly. If some of your other teammates had that fire in the belly and came and speak to me in my office how you just did, and respectfully, but you came on I'm a man. That's what I want. He likes men. That's what Jose likes. He likes men. He likes men out there that's like, listen.
bad guys as well. He doesn't like good guys.
We're going, but what he said is correct. Good guys don't win these trophies. Good football might and stuff like that. But good guys, like all these guys that you talking about, like the Iniestas, Javis and them lot, they have a killer mentality up here. They want to kill you. But they will kill you in a different way than how Jose's footballers would kill you. And stuff like that. They would kill you with the tiki-taka, and they've scored 4, but they want to score 5. They want to score 6. They want to just make sure you know that don't ever come here again unless you're ready to go to war, but in a different way. The way he does it doesn't come across to fans and other people as, oh, that's anti-football, that's this, that's that. But he's doing the same thing, but just in his way.
But then what I'm trying to say is that with the whole United thing, can you see why maybe he didn't get on with other players in the United dressing room?
But you know what I feel about United? There's so many players in United squad that are just weak mentally. Shaw, Rashford, Martial. So for me, as a United fan, I can imagine going into a room like Jose did. Yeah, Marcus, man, I know you're a lazy trainer today. You didn't do anything today. Marcus just, why is he saying that to me?
How do you know Marcus do that?
Because I can tell. See, when Jose used to come out and point out,
that's different. Coming out to the press is different.
When he used to come out and say certain things, we all know what players he's talking about. So you see when Rashford threw on goal and all that stuff, and people are saying, "Oh, Rashford's just worldy," and he misses sitters, and then he turns around and looks at his bench and say,
"He was wrong to do that."
But why was he wrong to do that? Did he just not miss a gilt-edged chance in an important match?
We all saw it. So okay, to do that.
We all saw it, but guess what? As a fan in the stand, would you not have the same reaction?
Everyone would.
Everyone would.
I'll guarantee you one thing, though. Let me guarantee you one thing. Jose won't do that again.
What do you mean?
He won't do that same reaction again. He knows that was foul. He won't do it at Tottenham.
Jose knows,
He won't do it.
Listen, Jose knows the day he changes his mentality and his philosophy, he's done as a football manager.
I think he's being a nicer guy.
No, he hasn't changed.
He hasn't changed.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying it's changed, but you see, sometimes you might be a prick, but then, you know what, let me relax because it's too much, the heat of the media.
Do you feel like, as with age, he's got mellowed?
That's what I believe.
But that's with everyone.
But I don't believe him as a coach has changed. It's from when he came from Chelsea in 04 or 05. Sorry, he has not changed.
He's more mindful of certain things now. The way just now against he was talking about the players saying there was lazy pressing, and then the reporter clocked on. Oh, what? There's a headline here, lazy, Then Mourinho was like, no, I mean the pressing. You know, the players gave it all. Like before, he would just he would just basically let them.
For me, that's the same.
If you're not thinking,
whereas now he's more mindful.
So you see how it goes with Jose. He comes in, gets success, and then he turns on the players and he leaves.
But you reckon? But you see, this is why I don't like that analogy.
No, I believe him.
I don't like that analogy. Let me tell you why I don't like that analogy. What I've seen the trend is with Jose, he comes into a club, the board put their full trust in him. Once the board flip on him, he flips on the board. Look at the trend that's happening.
Even the way Levy was talking to him on the dock, it's very calm. It's like,
as in, like,
you wouldn't even know who's the manager.
Let's go back to Chelsea. When he came to Chelsea, done wonderful things. First 2 seasons, no club can touch him. Soon as Abramovich started getting involved in certain things, he's like, so you don't trust me no more. After I've come in, spent your money, got you your trophies, got you success, now all of a sudden you don't trust me, this, that, and the other. So he's now flipped. He's gone to Real Madrid. You already know what Real Madrid's about. Even though, I went and broke that Guardiola sort of pyramid thing, went and won you a league, 100 goals, most goals in the league season ever in La Liga, this, that, and the other. But we know what Real Madrid's about. So he's flipped on them. When he come back to Chelsea, I've got rid of certain players in the first season. Second season, I've won the league. Can we go again? Jose, I'm not really sure. Oh, so you're flipped on me again? Okay, I'll flip on you. Man United, he comes to Man United. Oh, you can go and get a Lukaku. You can go and get a Abramovich. You can get, so I'm in charge of this project. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's go. Give him a new contract. Okay, Woodward, you're trusting me. Let's go. Okay, Woodward, I need Willian.
I want to sell Martial.
No. Listen.
The fans don't want to see goal.
Listen. No one at United, is more qualified at that time than Jose Mourinho to make certain decisions. You can't tell me someone who's more qualified than him. Nobody. So guess what? He's saying those things about getting rid of Martial and all that stuff because you've given him the full trust. Once Woodward and them lot start saying who you can sell and who you can't buy, and you've given me a new contract, forget this, man. This is long. Shaw's unfit. My brain goes into Shaw. I'm losing respect for him. And then this is what happens. And then he's finished.
This feels like a United Mourinho thing. I mean, I've never had him as a manager, and I don't ever plan to. But my thing with Mourinho has always been he will get you success, but there'll be a point in time where if things don't go well, he will turn on players.
So you think he wakes up after that success and just turns on players? That's just how it happens.
I feel like things will go bad. Look at
what
Chelsea.
things?
So it could be influences up
doesn't react
but
well.
then also the team performances. When he weren't doing well with Chelsea the second time, when he weren't great with United, because he was like, my greatest achievement is get United second after City. That is not his greatest achievement. He's taken the mick.
He didn't say it's his greatest. He said one of his greatest.
Okay, one of his greatest. Okay, sorry.
And
so why?
Exactly.
Let me finish. He's trying to prove a point that with what he's done, he's gained this. But if you give him more, he'll do better. United didn't give him more, so he went on his, crusade of whatever he does. Then he leaves. At Tottenham, it's different because he's not having success yet.
But at Tottenham,
he ain't having success yet.
It's true.
We don't know how it's going to go the next year. I don't see Tottenham going for the Prem nor Europa. They could go for Europa because it's a competition they could win. But if they go trophyless again, he's not going to stay.
Because the fans.
But no.
It's going to get us a trophy. That's what
it's not a project with Jose. He needs instant success. If he doesn't get it.
So this is the thing where
this is the first club where
this is the thing.
We're going to go somewhere else.
This is the thing where I get with Jose and Tottenham is a completely different thing. Everybody said it. Sky Sports, everyone, BB, whoever you were, even on this podcast, whatever you were doing, they said, how the hell is Jose a match with Levy? You think these guys haven't sat down to say, Levy, listen, this is the budget working with, mate. If you can't bring the Oliver Skips and all them guys through, then Rav, you're not going to last too long here. You think they haven't had this discussion around the round table?
So.
And for him to sign on dotted line with Spurs, he knows what he's walking into. That's where the trust is with Jose. That's why when people are asking him about transfers, he's like, listen, I think we've had a decent transfer window because Levy's just been up front of him. This is what I have. Before you sign with this club, this is what I have. It's not a Woodward situation where, Woodward's coming out saying, we can do things only other clubs can dream of in the transfer market. Oh, is that right, Woodward? Okay, so let me sign here. Then halfway through, we ain't really got that money. You got to sell so and so. You can't really sell Martial.
Because you spent a lot.
No, it's not because you spent a lot. You flipped the script on me. When I came in here, this is what you told me. You wanted to be the best.
This feels like a real United thing here.
We're going to go somewhere else. We'll go somewhere else.
I can hear the pain.
Yeah, we'll go somewhere else. We're going to get to United.
I'm just sticking on the hierarchy at United. That's why.
We'll get to United after. But let's go to Arsenal, man. I mean, Arteta, you've been an advocate of Arteta, coach.
Have I?
Yeah,
Can you tell the viewers, yeah?
You know, but the viewers, the regular viewers will know. You said you sang Arteta's praises.
Certain guys saying he picks up the cones at City.
I mean,
they know who they are.
They know who they are, but it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, also Ibs as well. You wanted Arteta before Emery was even appointed.
Yep.
But why is that?
Because I could see what he was doing at City. His brain was working. It was just, he's different. He's the type. He's kind of like a Pep, or everyone call him. They have the same working brain. They don't just think about going out there and playing and winning. It's a mental thing. Because when you look at Arsenal, they're not playing a back five. It's not even a back three. You've got to think the way he's doing it, and it's really weird. He has these two centre backs, Holding and Gabriel. But if you saw yesterday, Tierney's not he's his third choice. Tierney pushes up here, which means Maitland-Niles can go into an 8. Which means Oba's not a winger anymore. He's an inside forward with Lacazette, so it's a 2. Then that also means El Neni can maybe move across. Xhaka stays in the circle. You have your right wing back who goes up. Then you have Willian who can drift and float. He's moving the players around so much that you'll think they're playing a back three, but they're not.
And enjoying it.
And if you see a Tierney, he's up there. He's pushing on.
And Maitland wants to play midfield.
And he gets to move in, which means that Aubameyang don't have to stay out wide. He can be closer to Lacazette. And you can see with his goal. He's not starting out there. He's starting here literally.
Inside forward, yeah.
Inside forward. So when he picks it up, he's just on goal. Defenders hate balls in between them and the centre back because they have to turn, like inside. If you're going to play outside, defenders love it. But when you're making defenders turn, look at the defender try to block Aubameyang. He was like this.
Yeah.
What Arteta's doing is brilliant. He's not a cone man. He is a very good manager at this point.
I like it.
He needs to build on it and hope that the personnel he has takes him to where he wants to go. Because we've seen with Arsenal, we could go 10 games unbeaten, 1-2 bad results, and the wheels just move left and right.
Yeah.
And I don't think we'll be judged on these little victories. We've got Liverpool in 2 games, and then we've got Man City 2 games
Liverpool
after
that you beat.
we have, but Anfield's different. And then we go City.
No
Those
fans.
are the games.
No fans.
Doesn't matter. Those are the games.
I actually, that last bit there, I disagree with. I
which
agree with everything you said, apart from you're not going to get judged on games like Fulham. I think it is the games like Fulham.
No, I
Do you know how many
understand.
draws we had last
I know.
season?
I get that. But also, to take Arsenal to the next level, if we were to draw against Liverpool and City, but then beat them at home, that's 4 points that we've got of them. Right? Those 4 points could be the difference between Arsenal finishing 4th or 5th. But we don't perform in big games. I am sick and tired of Arsenal going into big games and losing. We haven't won at Old Trafford since 2006. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
That's poor.
Adebayor scored in 2006 and we've not won there in the Prem since. That's what? 15 times? That is embarrassing. A club like Arsenal should be able to go to Old Trafford and win 1 game. And we only won 1 since the FA Cup game.
Where Arsenal's at the moment, I think it's easy. It will be easy for them. Like I say, even United as well. It's easy for them to get up for big games. I think the Fulhams, the Evertons, the West Brom away, the Burnleys, them games. Obviously, the name Arsenal should carry them over, but that's not the reality of football. You have to play it on the pitch. So I feel that them games are going to take more concentration, where the onus is on Arsenal to break down the other team. That's the onus. Now, if you go and play Man United and whatnot, yeah, you lose to United and that, but guys are saying that, or City or Liverpool. But I just think it's them other small teams where they come to the Emirates and nick a point, or you're 2-0 up at the Emirates and they come back for 2-2 because there's lack of concentration. So I think it's them smaller games this season for Arteta where you're going to put them away. See how they put Fulham away? Put them away next week. Put the next, whether it's Everton or West Brom, put them away.
And the thing is, I'm seeing squad depth, On that bench yesterday was Pepe,
Eddie, Willock.
The players, I'm just saying though. But wait.
No, but the reason why I agree with you there,
yeah.
I agree with that because I know he's not everyone's flavour of the month.
Who?
There was no Ozil, there was no Torreira, there was no Guendouzi, there was no Smith, bro. There were so many players that weren't there. Then you have the bench, then you have the 11. What Arsenal have is a squad that they probably haven't had since 07, 08.
No, but is it the squad or is it the manager?
Well,
No, it's the manager.
Because the manager
But
has clearly
also-
come in and just said, like his first interview said, everyone remembers his first interview. I'm coming here and there's certain things that are non-negotiable.
No, of course, we get
Running
that.
is non-negotiable.
But
That's why a
also-
certain man will never ever play for
But
Arsenal.
also, why I think the squad's good is because he brought in Saliba's come back, Gabriel and Willian, and to be honest with you, they've all played. So I feel like what he brought in is good players. Unai is bringing in players who I don't feel are ready. Like even like Socrates and that, like, they can defend.
I just don't think Unai was bringing in players total.
I just don't get it.
With this season though, do you reckon you have a squad good enough to
Top 4, yeah.
Top 4?
Nothing more.
Would you not see any maybe additions before the end of the window?
Yeah, I see a centre mid coming in. I don't know whether it's Partey or whoever. I don't know. But if Arsenal were to get another centre mid, that's good. If they don't, I won't be disheartened. Purely on the basis.
Are you saying based on the squad, top 4? Arsenal squad.
Yeah, Arsenal squad.
Okay, so let's look at the bench. Yeah, yesterday we know the first 11, but who was on the bench?
Pepe was on the bench.
I don't rate Pepe like everyone does, but okay, cool. A cool B option, cool.
Danny Ceballos.
Ceballos, okay, cool. You know how I feel about Ceballos, but he improved after COVID. After COVID. You need that.
Eddie, you got Eddie there.
Eddie, I like Eddie. Eddie's a good.
Willock,
beast.
I'm
not big on Willock.
Saka.
I like Saka. I like being given a number 7 shirt.
Yeah.
Big
Wait, he's got number 7 now.
Got number 7 now, new contract. So that shows that he's firmly in the plans.
Torreira went there, might keep or not. Guendouzi went there, might
decent
keep or not.
little-
Guendouzi and Ozil won't count because they're out.
Okay, even if you
Arteta
don't
like them.
Torreira went there, didn't have Mustafi,
Torreira
didn't
ain't
have
been good
Luis,
for a while.
didn't have Saliba.
Yeah, but these guys,
Gabriel, what do you think of Gabriel yesterday? Gabriel.
I thought he had a solid performance.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Fulham didn't really push
cool.
on it. Yeah.
It's when you goes Anfield, you know, playing against Firmino and Mane and that. Like, it's those games. But I feel Arsenal have a squad to challenge top 4, 100%.
Okay. Top 4,
100%.
Liverpool. Let's talk about Liverpool, man. Mad game yesterday. Liverpool leads 4-3. The champions, the first kind of game since they lifted the trophy, first Premier League game. The defense looked a bit shaky to me. I don't know, like it reminded me of the Liverpool of a couple seasons back where we'll outscore you. You know,
Yeah.
It was a bit like that. Like even when it was 3-3, I still felt like Liverpool are gonna do it because of their attack. But do you reckon Liverpool can the question is, do you reckon Liverpool can maintain what they've done the last 2 seasons, the points that they've hit? Do you reckon they can do that again?
no. It's especially when they've done back to back in consecutive years. It's hard, and as well with them, I'm always an advocate. When you are successful, don't get complacent. And I feel once again, transfer market wise, yes, they'll be cool, but I just think they've got complacent again because
They always say add
because just
player.
add, even if it's 1 or 2, just to put that
Refresh
like
back.
even when they were talking about first before he went Chelsea, Werner coming in. Like,
Werner.
yo, if Firmino takes a rest, Werner comes in, yo, that's kind of a
But as you said
situation.
earlier, who was it about players not wanting to?
Werner ain't gonna come in and try.
But yeah, but what I'm saying is that right now, no matter what anyone says, it's a squad game at the end. I think if Liverpool put the money up for Werner, I think he would have went there because that's the only club he was talking about.
We get that.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like.
But he's not going to talk about. But he's not going to talk about Liverpool if.
Yeah,
No, but
knows
Firmino's not
there.
going to say, all right, cool, I'm just going to sit on the bench. He'll get frustrated.
I just don't think Firmino's a player that can talk like that.
Oh,
Why?
I don't. No, because I don't think he's a man that can just command.
of course he
a
can.
Because don't forget, I feel that Firmino, is also made by Klopp as well. I think Klopp is one of them managers, where if he brings a man in and whatnot, he lets everyone know that everybody has a part to play.
In the system,
It's not going to be
yeah.
just the first 11 and then you guys can just sit there and you're going to be B class, whatever. If you've got Firmino and Werner, that's an easy, Champions League, Saturday.
He's got a
Premier
like
League.
for like system where even the midfield 3, it could be Hendo, Naby Keita, Fabinho one day, then it could be Wijnaldum coming. Like they all do the same kind of thing. So I get.
But I think they've gone stale in terms of the front 3. Like the front 3, they look behind them. Who's behind them? If I don't have that,
I just said about the Kane analogy. Who's pressuring
if I have a
them?
60% game, who's coming off for Mane? Does
I
anyone
get
know?
that,
Does anyone
but
know
I
their
also-
bench?
you got Ox,
Oh,
Minamino and all that. No, I'm saying, but I don't feel. I feel like everyone's they're overreacting with Liverpool. They ain't lost anyone, player wise. And I know people say, you need to add, but they've not lost anyone.
No, but can they keep them high? That's what the question was. Can they keep to that standard?
I don't think they can.
I don't think they can do it
97
again.
points.
Yeah, I don't think they can
I
do it
feel like they're still the front runners to win the
Oh,
league.
100%.
Wait, why don't you though? That's what I'm saying. Because I was here.
Why don't I
last,
think they can get 97 again?
Yeah, last season
No,
I was here saying they
I
can't
just
do
feel
it.
like because they will probably lose more games than they did last season.
Yeah, because they could have easily drawn that if that was a stupid challenge.
I
from
just feel
Rodrigo.
like they might get to when they might lose or draw a bit more games they probably would usually win last. But I don't feel that if they don't buy anyone, they're not in trouble.
I mean,
No. I wouldn't say trouble, but for them to they're already out in front. For them to put their arm out and just fend people off and that, because don't forget people are coming for them.
Yeah, but
so
I
people
also
have a
feel
different.
Like because what they've done. It reminds me of how you see when Arsenal went unbeaten when they bought was Lehman. That's the only person they bought and went, and that's it. And they went.
The season after
they
they
no, the season Lehman come, they went unbeaten. That's the only signing they bought.
Okay.
Then they bought Reyes in January. If Liverpool now don't buy anyone, but then were to buy someone in January, let's say, they would take them over the line anyway. I don't feel they need to change. Their team is so good. You have to have a world-class player to come in and take anyone out of that team now. And the only person that can do it is Thiago. There is no
what I was
one.
saying.
I don't feel there's people in the world, a lot of players who will come in and displace that front three.
Yeah. But you still need to add though. I
get that, but
As in, like-
you need to add players who are
I'm saying if Mane,
They've been blessed to not have injuries.
if Mane needs to be subbed or whatever it
Is
is,
it
who comes
African nations this year or not?
There's loads of internationals this year.
I think
There's games coming
I
thick
think
and fast this
because
year.
they've been moved back to January again.
So if Mane is not playing, who comes on for him? We say Minamino.
Just,
Okay, so on the right hand side, if Salah is not playing for whatever reason, because he's not going to play every single game, who comes on for him?
Brewster, I don't know. But I feel like they've got
Brewster's
enough.
back, isn't
They've
it?
got enough
But they're even trying to sell Brewster right now. So
They've got enough,
But they got enough for what?
to win it again. Clean.
I don't think they got enough to win it clean. I think they've definitely got enough to win it.
And I mean,
It just depends. It just depends on their hunger.
The
It
reason
just
I say
depends on
that
their
is
hunger.
because Man City haven't replaced Company and Silva.
No, I mean, yeah, this guy's going to do it again, but they got Aki from Bournemouth.
Okay. Yeah. go on.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly.
Okay. Cool.
Exactly.
It's left-footed, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why.
You man are not rating
So
this
they've
team.
not replaced Company, not replaced Silva. They need to really replace Aguero because how long has he got left? Another year?
Maybe a year.
And his injuries are starting to catch up. He's been around since 18, 16. So his injuries are starting to.
I'll be
I don't
interested to
think
see this
Jesus-
Ferran Torres.
I don't think Jesus.
He's done
is-
all right.
I
I'll be
don't
interested
think
to
Jesus is the one.
You don't?
What?
No, for City long term, no.
Not the one to carry them to win the
No,
league.
no. He ain't gonna smash you 30 goals a season every year. I don't think he is.
I think he could.
But
because
what I'm
of
saying,
the chances
but
they
the
get,
way
innit?
City play, you don't need a guy like that.
No, you don't. But you still need the Aguero who will get you goals. You haven't got someone other than Sterling who's getting that 20 goals.
Those numbers, yeah.
Jesus can't do it. Mahrez
Bernardo
ain't getting it.
Silva's not
Bernardo's
gonna
not
get
doing it.
the
Foden's not doing it. You need a scorer.
We'll see. For me, I'm interested to see with City and Liverpool the hunger between both sides. That's what I'd like to see.
I know
like
Pep
see-
wants
I think
the
I
Champions League.
understand that. And you can
I like to
see
see that.
how after 2 years, Liverpool pretty much, one of the biggest trophies. They could just say it's like how Van Dijk with that mistake. He's so good.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
He's so good that he
yeah,
probably
yeah.
thought.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
getting boring now. I'll flick
yeah.
it over his head.
Yeah.
Because he's so comfortable.
Yes.
But let's talk about Klopp.
he's so
Because I
good.
don't think Klopp is going to allow them to get complacent. I reckon he, as big as Van Dijk is, I reckon Klopp probably made an example out of him.
I hope he
reckon,
did.
I reckon
hope
he
did.
blazed him in there.
I hope he did. Because Klopp won't stand for that. Klopp will say, if you lot ain't backing up your ideas, Chelsea and Man City will try and come and take it.
We'll get onto Chelsea in a sec, but quick shout out about Leeds, man. What do you reckon they can do anything?
I think they'll play with no fear, which is good. For
Oh,
them.
sorry. Before we get into Leeds, that's what I was gonna say. The way Leeds played yesterday, they showed no fear.
Yeah, they'll play with
Not
no
that that's the blueprint, but do you reckon teams might say, "Hold on, like,
But Norwich did the same thing to Liverpool last
no,
season.
but Norwich, nah, I get you,
But I
get you,
think
but-
Leeds have more intense because of the manager.
yeah."
I think the manager
Yeah, he's a good coach.
off the ball stuff he demands before the ball stuff.
Yeah.
If you're not he's another one. If you're not working
Leeds
off the
record-
ball, he's not interested in you. He's not interested
be
in
fantastic.
you. Yeah.
If you're not doing
he's
the
not
basics.
he's not
No,
interested.
Leeds record. I mean, they are. If you look at what Bielsa's done, Leeds are impressive.
And I feel like teams will, for Leeds, that was what's the word for it? It's like a,
Go out and do.
It was
your-
it was the best time to play Liverpool.
it's just go enjoy it because these are the games that we don't expect to win. So just go enjoy it. When they play the West Broms, the West Hams,
who they got this week? They
all,
got
they've got
It's
one
another
of the teams who
that just came up. Yeah, exactly.
So they'll look at those games as we need to take 3 points.
Yeah.
With the Liverpools, Chelsea's, United, Arsenal, Cities, they'll be like, it's a free hit.
I reckon.
but I think those games would be harder for them.
I reckon Leeds will be
Yeah,
a team
exactly.
to watch.
I think those games would be harder for them than going to Old Trafford, going to Anfield.
It's a
going
free
to-
hit for them. They're going to enjoy
Yeah.
it. The expectations.
Playing
the
West
atmosphere,
Brom
cool.
and all that sort of stuff.
Okay,
there.
we've seen. What I'm going to say now, we've seen teams come up. Yeah, like Leicester. It's rare, but do you reckon Leeds can come up and do top 10 finish?
Not this year, but I feel like they're going to stay out. I feel like they have enough football with them to say we will beat teams.
With how the Premier League is, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't, because look what Sheffield United done.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Sheffield
Sometimes
United-
we see a team that's-
so now we need to see Sheffield United if they had a hangover now. Was that just fresh into the Premier League, we're all buzzing and that?
No,
Okay,
their thing was that they kept the same bunch. Remember that was
Okay,
A lot
so this is
of
what I'm saying.
teams
So we
do come up. They have one great season.
yes,
The
it's the
next
second season.
They just
a great season in the Championship and come up.
Yeah,
no,
because
they'll
don't
have a
forget-
good first season in the Prem.
Okay,
Finish
okay.
8th, 6th, 7th, 9th. But then next season, they're
Because guess what? Everyone now has got the
Suss them
blueprint.
out,
Yeah,
yeah.
everyone's now okay. We know about this player. We know about that player. When you came up for the Championship,
unknown, yeah.
you were just running around like a wild dog, just chasing us down. And
no one respected Sheffield United last
yeah,
season.
come on, man. No one would have said top
everyone
10.
was like, what?
No one would have said top 10 for Sheffield.
They
United.
got a point
No
at
one.
Arsenal, and I was like, huh? But no one respected. Everyone was like, we'll beat these. But with Norwich, they didn't have that. So then Norwich were going into games thinking they can ball other teams. Sheffield United said, you know what? Banks of 4.
Yeah.
And we're just going to just be as stifle as possible. Get the win, get out of it. See how coach said, get the win, go home.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
exactly what Sheffield. They get the win, go home.
Yeah.
We ain't got time to mess around.
Lampard. So Chelsea, we all know they've had a very very busy transfer window. They might even add to that. I'm not sure if they've even done spending yet. But coach, what do you reckon Lampard can do with this squad that he's got now? Does he put pressure on him? Is it going to be easier than last season? Now he's got better players. What do you reckon?
It's a tough one with Lampard, man, because I feel before he's got that job, he's had a big time sit down. Well, not face to face because Abramovich is not allowed in the country, but I think he's had a big talk with Abramovich as to, listen, what do you want to do? Because don't forget, he was there when you sacked a manager that's won 2 leagues. Yeah, I was a player then, so I know how you operate, Abramovich. So before I come in here to be a manager on the other side now, I need to know what are we working with here. Obviously, we can't buy no players first season, so it allows me to promote more youth. So with Abramovich and Marina, what do you want? If you want instant success, maybe I'm not the manager for you. If you want something long-term where I can incorporate the academy kids, but we also buy those quality players, we also buy the Pulisic that gives us the American market and stuff like that, where we can mix it in, then I'm your man. I think there's been a serious discussion between them two, whereas everyone that's talking about this, Lampard's under pressure, man. Lampard, if he doesn't win something rare. I just don't think Lampard is in that position. What I think he is that he's probably more settled in himself, where he's had a season to bed in. He's seen where the problems are in the team. He's seen the youth players that can step up and the ones that can't. They might go out on loan or whatever it is. And now he's adding quality now. That's what he's doing. But young quality. Not just ready-made players and that. Young quality on the come-up. Hungry players.
But Ibs, I think the pressure comes from with the ban they had last season, yeah? And he had to kind of... It was a win-win situation, yeah. You can bring the youth up, and if you do well, you get praise. If they don't do well, the youth, blah blah blah. They finished top 4 with that team, yeah. They finished top 4 with that team. No spending. Now they've spent the most in the league. Now their squad is looks super stacked. So that's where the pressure comes in. Don't you agree?
I feel like, and I don't know if people agree here, he only got the job because of the ban. If there's no ban, you're not going for Lampard. With the managers out there was no reason to go for him.
But I think Chelsea were at that point of you've had this influx of managers.
But do you not think an Allegri, even, I mean, there's loads of managers out there. If you had the money, they would have gone for him. Because there's no reason to go for a Derby manager who's had a season in. But I know he's a Chelsea manager.
What I would say to that is, even if you get someone like an Allegri, I'm sure Abramovich could let them know that there might be a ban for 1 season.
Yeah, but
after that one season,
we've got the checkbook open. If there wasn't a ban, let's say no ban.
I think they still would have went for Lamps. Right, I think the whole Lamps thing is making the Chelsea fans closer with Chelsea's one of our own. Then you've got Oli going to United, and then you've got this. I think it's the era of I don't know what word to use, Samuel. I don't know what word to use, but it's the era of getting them new young managers in now. I don't think it's like the Ancelottis and even maybe the Jose's to a certain point. That era now.
This is Jose's last big.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, so back to your pressure point. I feel like the pressure will be there because he spent so much. If they don't kick on by December,
what's kick on?
They need to be challenging with
for
that
what?
for the trial.
So you're saying keep up with this?
No, not for challenging.
No, they do.
Let me
land.
No. I'm on the bench.
Okay, let me land.
I do think they need time to gel, but
they need time to gel. The Ziyech, Werner's, Havertz.
You can't expect them to come in and say,
I don't. But when you're splashing P like that for a big club like Chelsea, let's not be hasty here. We understand he's a fresh manager. He needs the time. The players need the time, but it's still Abramovich. It's still Abramovich.
But it's not this. But
we don't know Abramovich. Like there's no all or nothing for Chelsea. Yeah, but there's no all or nothing for Chelsea. There's no all or nothing for Abramovich.
Other problems to deal with.
No, he has. But also at the same time, if Chelsea are languishing 4th, 5th.
No, 4th is not languishing though.
Okay,
well, you mean languishing points like too far off them?
Too far off. 4th and 5th. January, February, people are going to be like, hold on, Lamps, you spent dough, you might be scraping through Champions League, but you're
the world we live in now.
But you're 4th and scraping through Champions League, and you spent all this dough, and it gets to March, April, they're not within anything. How can people sit there and go, you know what, let's give him time. You don't get time when you spend like that in this world.
It's funny, you know why?
Me personally, I think he would get it.
It's funny, you know why?
I think he'll get time.
Hats and my brother and Stelios, yeah, both Chelsea fans. One is saying, listen, I'm not expecting anything, but let's give them time to gel. The other one is saying, no, if we get a new keeper, which they did this week, Mendy, that's another one to the list. We should be challenging that.
How can you not, as a fan, think, hold on?
Some fans are gonna do the whole, let's just chill, no pressure, let him get a year, and then some fans are gonna be like, no, we should be challenging.
Because you're not expecting Werner to blast 15 goals by January.
I think Werner, is gonna bang goals in this.
So if he's banging goals, that means success is following.
Yeah, I see Chelsea listen, they're not. I don't think they're gonna win it.
But if they're not, if they're fifth,
but they are gonna be there in April.
All I'm saying is, people will be looking at Lampard and saying, bro, you spent dough, and if this is not working, I don't know. Because you got to look at their squad. Their squad is very good.
Very good.
It's very, very good. Defensively,
Defense is the only place. Centre back is the only place.
You guys are saying defence like it's some sort of like, don't worry. But when your defence is shaky, it doesn't matter what's going forward. Liverpool learned that years ago. That's why.
No. What I'm saying is their squad's good enough to cement. They should be.
So you're saying the squad right now, defensively, is good enough to go and challenge for the title? No.
Wait, I'm saying they're not. I don't think that they should or will challenge. I'm saying that because of what he spent, if they don't challenge, he's in trouble.
Don't you think Thiago Silva?
You can't be spending big P like that now and not delivering.
For me, this in Chelsea position, this is how I'm seeing it. Yeah, they've had the season, cool. Second season, they're blasting money and whatnot. But even the signing of Thiago lets me know that's a stopgap. As in, like we know. The next amount of money that we need to spend is on the back four. Is probably on DM if Kante leaves or whatever it is. But right now, what we're going to do, we've got the Pulisic in early. Then we're going to get the Havertz. We're going to get the Werner. We're going to get the Ziyech. All fresh, hungry young players up front. That's their top four right now, yeah? On top of the pitch.
Then you still got Callum. You got the other lot.
So this is what I'm saying. So we all know their back four for me is poor. I don't care if Thiago Silva's in there. Thiago Silva, you're coming from the French league to the Premier League at 36 years old. That's not a smooth transition.
The way Lampard plays though, Chilwell will add to that.
Chilwell as well, but I'm not a big Chilwell fan. That's just me. He's left-footed. Yeah, cool. But what I'm saying is that for me, the next amount of money that will get spent is going to be on that back four.
So you've
got to do it in stages.
Yeah. So you're saying this
for me, he should be going for them cup competitions. That's what I feel.
So what if he doesn't win them?
If he doesn't win them and doesn't get top four,
and just finishes fourth,
then I think that's fine for him. If he gets fourth, yes. Yeah. If he gets fourth, if he gets fourth again, Champions League again.
I reckon they'll keep
more Champions League money to say Marina. Listen,
depending on how they're doing, if it's not like back to what we saying with Spurs, like it's just not looking right. Yeah, they might. But
if it's looking like a comfortable,
if it's looking comfortable,
if it's a comfortable top four thing where it looks
and
like
no cups,
but it's not like a last day of the season. If Chelsea don't win, that's when I think he might ums and ahs. But for me, Chelsea are not in the position. They're not the old Chelsea when Abramovich came, where there was a selection of managers like that. I don't think they're in that position. Lampard, I think, is there for a reason.
Can I ask one question here? I don't know if you're looking to go on the topic of United in this or not.
Yeah, I need to talk United.
If Ollie was to blast Lampard's P, and he was in December, nowhere near title, maybe out of the League Cup and that, and you might have FA Cup and you scrape through Champions League. Is he not under pressure?
100%.
Just simple one, yeah?
Yes.
So why is it different for Lampard?
Listen.
That's true. Ollie's even alluded to that, you know.
Because the amount of abuse Ollie gets is right.
Okay, but
see, I like that.
There can't be, because if Arteta blasts this P, I will say, bro, if you blast this P, you don't finish fourth.
But this is what I'm.
The way Nacy will be with Cone Man, he will have him at his throat. You can't blast that P and not think success is coming.
And this is why clubs, the only successful ones, are the ones that don't have knee-jerk reactions.
Like Liverpool.
Like Liverpool. Bruv, Klopp had 4 years to build his squad. Guys are forgetting this. It's like we just remember the last 2 years.
No,
He's
no.
had 4 years to
But he
build
didn't
his
spend
squad.
250 on
Yeah?
one.
No, but hear what I'm saying. He didn't spend 250 or whatever, but he still had 4 years to build his squad. Yeah? If Lampard is every summer spending 250, that's when he's clearly under pressure.
Yeah.
This is
They didn't
first
spend- they
summer.
didn't spend
This
last
is
year.
this is
Yeah.
first
No,
summer.
we get
Yeah,
that.
spending peas. Am I not getting to get a season with these guys?
Yeah,
Before
no,
you start
for
telling
real.
me in January I'm under pressure, how are we supposed to build something here?
Okay,
so when
so-
the next
so-
manager comes in, if he doesn't do it in 1 year, then we need to go
Then
get
the
another
revolving
manager.
window remains.
Those times there
It's
for me.
Chelsea though. It's Chelsea.
No, but
It's
then
Chelsea,
I
but
think-
it's not the old.
Yeah,
it's not
I think
the
now,
old
going
Chelsea.
back to
though.
what Coach has said now, I think that's why with the Lampard thing, it looks more long term.
That's why
than
I
the
feel
usual
he's
one.
there.
Alright, all I'm saying is he needs to hit the ground running. He can't be losing to Brighton tomorrow and then losing.
But even
a
some
few
of these
more.
guys are not even going to be playing tomorrow.
No,
you
of
said.
course, but I'm saying he can't be losing to Brighton, losing a few and people. Just time. No, he needs to hit it, and we will disagree on that.
cool,
It's
yeah.
fine. But ADT, yeah.
Ollie, man, you said you got some stuff to say. Where do I start?
What do you
Because
mean? You say United talk, so let
yeah,
me know.
United talk. I mean, currently arrival of Donny van de Beek. That's the only addition, and Henderson. He's back on loan, back from loan, and he's signed a new contract.
I think he'll be the number one soon. But...
You think he'll be number one soon? Okay, we can actually talk about that. But United, do you feel? What do they need? What needs to happen? Because right now, I mean, they lost yesterday to Aston Villa in the friendly. It's just a friendly. Not a lot of players were there, but they finished the season strong last season. Can they push on now, or do you reckon they?
Oh, they can
Ed needs
definitely push on. But when you're dealing with Woodward, if it's going to take time, I think everyone's just used to it right now. I think Ollie's the only man that's come in to make the right sort of signings for the club. So right now, even if Woodward takes long, I know if someone comes in, Ollie's put their stamp on them. That's just what it is, and we just have to be patient. We know how Ed rolls. Ed doesn't do what David Gill does. Lines up the transfers. As soon as the transfer window's open, bang, bang, bang. We're ready to go for pre-season. That's what Fergie demanded. No manager at Man United has that power no more. So you have to now wait for Ed to do the business side, the commercial side, the release clause, it just takes. We just know what Ed's on. He's been doing it from Moyes all the way to Solskjaer. There's no difference in what Woodward does. Yeah. So for me, the only difference is that Ollie coming in, he's picking the right players. Like Van der Beek just came out of nowhere. A few days it was done.
That showed that it can be done though.
That showed it can be done. But what I'm saying is that even though Van der Beek even took long, because we said Van der Beek was how much? 40 million euros. Can that not have been done the day after the season was done? That's what Ajax wanted. There was no negotiation. 40 million euros. Here you go. The day after the Premier League season's done, here's Van der Beek. But we stalled and whatever else happened. But we know that's how Ed moves.
I gotta ask you on camera because shout out the man them that be watching. You've been very confident that Sancho. You've been like, yeah, listen, I don't want to hear about Sancho. He's coming to Man United. Are you still?
Sancho's coming to Man United. You got it on
so
camera.
he's on camera.
Okay, Sancho's coming to
Ibs,
Man
Ibs. Because the thing is, I can't hold what another man says. But his confidence is making me think he must be coming because the way he's so confident Sancho's coming.
Like ITK, yeah, one of them Twitter ITKs.
No. I'm just saying. I just feel Sancho's coming. That's just my opinion. That's what I just feel. You got it on camera. That's what I feel.
What do you think about United situation?
But you asked me about the signings
and Ollie. No, Ibs, what do you think about United situation with Ollie? Do you reckon? Because you don't rate Ollie, do you?
It's not that I don't rate him. I just feel like there's much better manager than there. I feel like he's just got the job just because he's a nice guy.
But a nice guy can also mean good man manager, which might make the players play better. But
I mean, you lost the Europa League when you should have won that easy. I'm sorry. You should have won that competition last season. There's no reason for you to have not won that.
Hey, go on, someone explain why we didn't win that.
What do you mean?
Come on, Mr. Europa League.
I love this, by the way. You lot should have won that. You've had so many chances to put away Seville. Anyway, back to this thing. Yeah. I personally feel
Say that again. We had so many what?
chances.
Oh, okay, cool. Just you guys got that on camera, yeah?
No,
we had so many chances. So our number 9 went tucking. Yeah, just to let everybody know, the guys out there that on Martial FC, yeah, Ibs just said it. We had many chances in the game, and it fell to our striker, and he weren't tucking.
Okay,
cool.
I feel like with United, you've got great going forward, but defensively, you haven't upgraded on Shaw. Like we all know, like for me, Mourinho said it. And he knew. Mourinho knew this guy is unfit and he can't do it. You ain't bought left back. I don't know what's happening with your centre backs. I don't know if you don't trust them or what.
No, but I want to cut.
No, but I'm just saying. Okay, no. I don't think it's a major
our defensive
problem.
record.
Bro, I was just about to say that.
I get it. Your defense, but you can't sit there and tell me that again this season you could go with the defense you have and feel like you can challenge.
I feel like our issue's not even defending. I feel like it's just beating the press. Like on the ball, players like Wan-Bissaka who are irate. We've been towards the end of the season. Are you looking in the camera like that? Don't tell me don't rate Wan-Bissaka.
Defensively, yeah, but
yes, that's my point.
Okay, no, but the only reason
I he had more assists.
You do know you got Bellerin. Yeah.
Okay, the reason why I rate him defensively, the reason why I rate him is because he's got quick recovery, but. A defender shouldn't be sliding so much.
Okay, I agree on that. I've always said that as well. I think that's poor IQ. That should be last resort.
You don't need to slide. Smart
resort.
defenders don't. And my gosh, going forward.
My gosh. Wait, going forward what? Because he can get better, but he's had quite a few assists this season.
Did you know he used to be a winger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyway, he wasn't. I'm just saying. I also feel like your problem is you haven't got a number 9.
Oh God! Oh, we can just end it right there.
We
can just end this podcast right there. Please say that again.
You haven't got.
Please say that.
9.
Oh, okay. Can you explain that, please?
You haven't got a killer.
Oh my God! This is beautiful. Listen, the next 10 minutes is going to be for him. Next 10 minutes. Take it away, killer. Take it away.
You haven't got an Aubameyang.
Take it away.
You ain't got. No, listen. You ain't got an Aubameyang. You ain't got Lewandowski. You ain't got a Suarez. You ain't got a Aguero. You ain't got a killer. And if United had a killer, guarantee that. See that Europa League game, right? If you had a killer, you've won that game against Seville. You need a killer, someone who likes scoring. Oof. That's it. And I feel like you haven't got that. That's a problem for you.
So you're referring to Martial, yeah?
I like Martial. Don't get me twisted. I really like Martial.
As I do.
But I feel like if you had. This is my point. Bringing Sancho in doesn't, for me, mean that now you have a killer instinct because he's a winger. You still need a number 9.
No, but okay. Oli has alluded to the fact that players like Rashford and Martial don't get stuck in. They don't score the ugly goals. They score the beautiful goals, which we've seen over the years. They score very good goals. They're very good players, but they don't have that killer instinct as you're referring to, yeah? Can that not come? Especially when you've got players like Sancho coming. There's going to be more creativity in this team. And I will go on record to say this will be Martial's highest scoring season. I do agree that.
But you're saying that based on Sancho.
You're putting all your eggs.
It's not even just with Sancho. I think towards the end of the season.
No. Don't skate around now, Samo.
No.
Based on Sancho coming to United, you feel this would be Martial's best scoring season?
With Sancho coming, yeah.
But without Sancho, what do you say?
I still think he'll be. Is
Rashford not your best number 9?
Rashford's the winger. He's left winger.
Oh God,
Rashford's the left winger.
Number 9.
No, I'm asking you, is he not your best?
No, he's a left winger.
He's not a number 9. He's not even. I don't know what he is.
See,
he's a racehorse.
For me, when he first come on the scene, he was a striker. Louis Van Gaal, and he's a striker. That's been his best for me, when he had Louis. That's it. Now, push that here, push that there. Martial.
But guess what? Why do you think he's been pushed out?
I don't know. It's not my team.
No, but I'm just saying, footballing wise, you can clearly see he's not a number 9. He's not a number 9. With Louis Van Gaal and all that, cool, he came on off the cuff, all that sort of stuff. But once everything settles and Premier League teams gear up for you and they plan for you, don't forget, Rashford came on the scene and no one knew about him. He was just off the cuff. Now people can plan for you. Your IQ gets exposed. You're not really in and around the box. You're not scoring them ugly goals. That's what I'm saying about the killer instinct that you just said the number 9 has to have.
So why are you trying to splash 100 more on Sancho and not just going for Kane?
No. Kane,
I'm just asking a question.
Okay. I'm going to answer that.
Why are United not going for a killer? Because you have Martial, you have Rashford, you have Greenwood, you have James. Why are you not going for a killer?
Well, I'm saying, if you're saying a player in the ilk of Kane, cool, I'm not sure. But Kane himself, he's at the wrong club to negotiate with. Levy ain't giving up no Kane for no less than 150.
Not to strengthen.
Not to strengthen.
But of course, all I'm saying is you're gonna. That Sancho deal will come to about 120.
Sancho's. This is what people forget.
No, I'm
about
just asking a question.
Yeah, people forget about these transfers and that. See, when people talking about 120 blasting this, that, and the other, you don't understand how clubs make this money easy back. They make it easy.
Yeah,
like Sancho, that number 7 shirt. If he comes to United, he will come to
So
United.
why can't
when
you
he comes to
blast that?
United, that shirt there is just going. That so the whole
But
120
that's
doesn't matter.
why
That's
though,
what you have to
because
pay
if
for.
you spend on
I
Sancho,
get that,
forget
yeah.
the financial side.
Yeah, yeah.
If you spend on Sancho, just his record alone, was it the highest scoring, highest created chances?
What is
in
Samuel
Europe?
with Sancho?
creates chances.
Sancho will
No,
give more
no,
space to
100%,
Martial
yeah, cool.
and Rashford.
But-
now I've told people before about Sancho when he comes in, I don't think he's necessarily coming in for the right hand side. That's just my opinion. I don't see why you can't play Greenwood, Martial, and Sancho, but that's just me. But yeah, go on.
So
But go on.
you don't think Golden Boy Rashford plays?
Who Golden who?
Golden Boy Rashford.
Oh no, the golden. He's not golden for me. There's nothing golden about Rashford.
He's
for
Mr.
me.
United, G. He's
Okay.
always gonna play. Anyway, my point is, you both agreed that you need a killer, especially Coach, because you told me to say it again.
Yeah.
You need a goal scorer. Kane is the perfect ilk to go to Old Trafford and be your Teddy Sheringham, G.
What do you think's wrong with Martial?
I don't know, because I really like him.
Yeah, I like him as well.
I don't know.
I think he's a world class
I think he's
talent.
brilliant. I don't know. Maybe
But
it's the
what-
formation.
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's the
What do you think about him as a player not being that kid? Why do you say that we need to go and splash maybe 150
because you see how Aubameyang's a killer. See how Aguero's. They're the type of bro. They will smash you 25.
Oh, you keep
goals.
sipping on that Magnum.
No, listen. But wait, before I say this,
Okay,
before you
go on,
carry on,
go on.
yeah, you do realize that the players are saying, and I know you're gonna go, oh, excuses. These are players that have. How old are these players? They're established.
Okay.
Martial, don't worry.
Okay, let me
Hold on, hold on.
Because let's compare.
Let me count
How old is Martial?
that.
23, 24.
Let me
yeah?
counter that. Let me counter that.
How old is?
Let me
is
counter that.
How old
Let me
is
counter
Oba
that.
at 24?
Okay,
What was he doing at
let me
24?
counter that.
What?
Oba, what was he doing at 24?
Okay, wait. Let me counter that. Werner.
Let's see one in the league. England's a different
No,
ball
it is.
game anyway.
He's a killer, though.
And I still think
He's
he's
a
going to do
killer.
well. But let's just
Werner's
see.
a killer.
Yeah.
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 Who else is out there? There's plenty of strikers.
Mbappe is just striking.
Mbappe's
Strike,
different.
no
quality.
strike.
He's
But
different
what
quality.
I'm saying, Samuel, you cannot be talking about the Agueros and that because what Aguero was doing for Athletic
Kun Aguero,
was not a
Kun,
joke.
yeah, Kun.
What Aubameyang was doing with Dortmund was not a joke. Wherever Aubameyang's gone, he's been banging in goals as the main guy. No
And
matter
I
where
feel
he's
like
played.
Martial works better coming from the left. You're the Thierry Henry type of, coming in.
Before we get out of here,
I don't think
we're
he's
gonna
your
wrap this
killer.
up. I don't like this right now. But before we get out of here,
Thank you very much.
Martial or Firmino? Because we had a little back to back in the
Firmino.
No, better finisher. Who's the better?
No,
I saw it change it.
see, this is what
No,
they
he said
do.
he's
You
a
know?
better finisher.
This is what they do.
Firmino.
No, but this is what
No,
they
he's
do
not.
anyway. This is what the Martial FC
said no,
fans
he's
do.
not. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not.
They will say, who's the better striker? You will say Firmino, yeah?
Yeah.
Then they will switch it up and say, oh, who's the better finisher? Or who's got more pace and stuff.
No one said that.
No. These are the sub sort of questions that they
So
ask
you
you
might
about
have
a player.
today. Next week I'm gonna come prepared.
They won't just say who's a better striker. And I said Firmino.
Firmino.
But they say, oh yeah, look at his like they put up a stat yesterday saying he wasn't involved in any of the goals or he didn't provide an assist yesterday and whatnot. And I'm just like,
But he brings more to the team.
Oh my, thank you very much.
And if Martial was better, them two chances he had against Seville, he would have tucked away.
Oof.
Remember he had that one-on-one? Was it Pogba put him through one-on-one? What did he do? Fluffed his line. That's where a
Thank
killer
you.
striker will take your team to the final.
I agree.
That's
But
my
I thought
point.
Martial, coach knows this because you can vouch for me. I agree.
Yeah.
But I think Martial will get there. That's the.
but how long-
After 5-6 years at United.
How long can
Exactly.
you wait? How
This
long
is
can
what
you
I'm
wait?
saying.
This is the year.
You said that last year.
No. This is the year.
Last year.
This is the year.
said it
But
last
guys,
You're trying to convince me.
it's been good.
It's been good.
It's been good. I've enjoyed this. Hey, what? Quickly, NBA. You put Lakers to win the chip, right?
Yeah.
You still believe Lakers are gonna do it?
Yeah. I think Lakers and it depends, man. What Clippers turn up, but for me, I'll go for Lakers.
Because Lakers Clippers is what we wanted to see anyway.
Yeah, it depends on today. I don't know if they beat thing. I don't know if they beat Utah.
Denver are beating the Clippers.
You reckon they're gonna take it to Game 7?
No, they played already.
What, game 6?
I'm sure they played.
No, it was definitely
Game 5 was yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
Or the day before.
No,
I don't think they're
I'm sure
playing
they
game
played
Game 6
today.
is tonight. Game 6 is tonight. But
don't
yeah,
play
so Clippers have been. I thought it was series done, you know.
No. And I think Boston can beat the Lakers.
Oh yeah, my boys obviously shout at the man them. They know Boston is my
I think
team.
they can beat the Lakers, yeah.
So that means you think Lakers are going
Who's
to beat
that?
Clippers?
Who
then?
can beat who?
Yeah.
Who can
Lakers
beat
will
who?
go to the finals.
You think Lakers are going to beat Clippers
Yeah.
in the Western Conference?
You're writing out the Nuggets too quick. You're writing off the Nuggets too quick.
No, because I feel listen.
I think Clippers
You're
will
going to
close
scream
that.
Kawhi, cool.
Yeah,
but have
playoff
you seen
Kawhi.
Have you seen Jokic, G? Tall guy will hit threes, bro.
But I think Kawhi will see it out tonight.
I think even
That's what
falls
I think he'll see it out tonight.
on playoff P.
Oh god.
I think Paul George is the key here because Kawhi, we know what he's going to bring, but it just depends what
Lakers-
Paul
So
George
hold on.
brings.
So who you going for the finals?
Lakers.
No, I'm talking
I'm
about-
going Lakers.
Wait,
Boston.
first of all, we're talking about.
No, but who you going if they meet? Who you going for?
Boston.
Oh no way, bro.
I'm going.
Don't write off the Celtics.
Who's stopping LBJ in Boston?
Yeah, no one.
Oh, come
for
on.
Me, I'm
Who's
a Boston
stopping
guy,
Anthony
and I
Davis?
feel like we'll beat the Heat. I think Boston's going to beat the Heat. Shout out the Heat. They've done well
Yeah,
to
the
get
Heat
rid
have
of the
done
Bucks.
well, yeah.
Like,
Butler's
Butler is
done
a
well. Butler's on
dog.
John.
Butler's a dog. Yeah. And I feel just the perimeter shooting of the Celtics, we're gonna win that and go to the finals. But I feel Clippers are gonna beat Lakers, and the Clippers are gonna beat Boston.
You
feel
just
Kawhi-
agreed with Coach and said who will stop LBJ.
No, I'm talking about
No, if
LBJ
they
and
met,
Boston.
if they met in the final, if they met.
I feel Clippers are gonna.
No. Lakers beat Clippers.
Clippers squad is too deep,
Have you seen
man.
Lakers, bro? Even Caruso, G. In that last game,
bro.
bro,
Yeah,
he
no,
came in
Caruso-
and he bossed it. You still got to understand. They've
think
got
that's definitely a
Caldwell
50-50 though.
Pope. They've got
Calder Pop, I don't rate him. I don't rate Calder Pop.
Caruso, Caldwell, AD,
Kuzma,
LBJ,
yeah.
Kuzma.
Yeah.
They've got their squad depth is ridiculous.
LeBron is. They need to test that guy, man. I don't know how. There's certain players, forget the testing job, but players like Ronaldo, LeBron James, you just think, how are you doing it at this
Hard
age?
work, man. Hard
It's
work.
ridiculous, bro.
Them guys, they eat, sleep their sport. Simple as that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's not.
That is it.
That's not.
When that's that clear mentality as a sportsman. You just keep going.
But yeah, I mean, we'll be here next week to obviously by then we will see who's in the final. No, not in the final. They wouldn't play 7 games yet, but we'll be closer to see. But yeah, shout out Team Talk. Yeah, subscribe to the thing. Thank you for watching. Coach Ibs, it's been good.
Nice one.
We'll be next week. Peace and love.
Peace.
Cool, nice one.
Yeah.
Oh.
We need to be finishing these things way before. Boy.
Yeah,
My God,
sorry,
messaging me way. My God, 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 messaging me way. My God,